You won't find this everywhere in every Korean apartment building complex, but it's more and more common with the newer ones, and this is pretty new. Less than 2 years old anyway. Let's see, we've been here for about 14 months, and it was less than a year old when we moved in. And I don't recall last summer this thing ever being switched on. But I just walked out to go to the supermarket and get a head of cabbage, and I was tootling on my bicycle because today is recycling day, or well, part of the recycle period of the week that's, well, Monday and Tuesday we're supposed to bring out our recycling, and I always go around to look for things that people have discarded, and I found a nice chair. And on my way to finding the nice chair, I saw that they'd switched on the water park. Which they never did last summer. And, well, the sound made me take my headphones off and stop not to smell the roses, but to listen to the water and share it with my friends. So I'm just taking a stroll around the perimeter of the water park, and letting you have a look at it here. It's quite a bit bigger than it looks like. The camera lens doesn't really give you an idea of how big it really is. Well, look at that apartment building behind it. It says 106. That number 106 is probably on the 4th floor of that apartment building. So that might give you some idea of how big these rocks really are. And it's just so beautifully, what's the word, landscaped, I guess, with all these. It's just, it's one of the things that I love about living in Korea. I mean, when my father came here to visit from America, he saw things like this and he couldn't believe it. He said, you'd have to be a millionaire to live like this in America, to live in a place that had something this beautiful. I mean, look at this waterfall. Korea is just such a nice country. And I've been here 30 years. It's just gotten nicer and nicer and nicer the longer I've been here. So, just the sound and I mean, it's got that aesthetic of like an Asian, ink painting on silk of nature and mountains and wildlife, and very much got that aesthetic. It's incredible, really. These days I noticed on YouTube there's a lot of negative things being said about Korea. It just seems like a bunch of jealous nonsense. Every country has its problems. But compared to the way things are going in a lot of countries nowadays, Korea sure is a nice place to be. And this is one of those nice things. Right here in my apartment complex. So, this is for my friends. You know who you are. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Over and out.